All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us at this late hour. Excuse me while I try and set up here. Basically, we are just outside the Mesa Police Department here at 130 Robeson in Mesa. As you can see in the distance there, we're trying to gather the facts of exactly what happened here. That's the entrance to the police department, and some people have said on certain outlets that they're on Citizen actually, that possibly a cop was shot or some kind of incident definitely took place here, and I understand that they are looking for a suspect. We have email into the PIO at this time trying to figure out exactly what is going on, but as you can see, there's police tape across the entrance to the Mesa Police Department. That's a Mesa Police SUV there. About 30 to 40 minutes ago, maybe a little longer, quite a number of police were on the scene. Neighbors in the area did say they heard a bunch of gunshots. So once again, in order to get the correct information, we do have an email out to the Public Information Officer to try and find out exactly what happened here. Once again, we're just outside the Mesa Police Department here in Mesa, Arizona, where all we know at this time that we can safely say is that there was a shooting of some kind, and more police tape as we speak is going up. We'll try and gather as details as we can very shortly here. It appears I'm the only media at this time on scene. We haven't seen any. I don't know if they are here, if there's a media staging area, but we have not heard of one. Like I said, we're right off of 2nd here, just outside the Mesa Police Department, where there was earlier a shooting of some kind. Bear with me, everybody, as I just make some minor adjustments here. Once again, we are just outside, to those just joining us, outside the Mesa Police Department here off of 2nd Avenue, where, as we understand it, there was shots fired. Who was involved and what exactly happened, we're not sure. There is speculation of a police officer that was shot, although we cannot confirm that. We do see police tape just to the entrance of the Mesa Police Department. We have an email into the Public Information Officer of the police department to try and find out exactly what happened this evening. But as you can see, the entrance to the police department, that is a Mesa SUV, police officer SUV, and crime scene investigators are not only looking around for evidence of some kind, taking pictures, and have now possibly, because we showed up, we're the only media on site at this time, but just so you know, they have crime scene tape all around. We're trying to find some kind of details as to what happened here and what exactly went down. We did hear neighbors say that there were a number of gunshots heard coming from this location. All right, once again, to those of you just joining us live on Facebook and YouTube, we're on Valleywide News, as well as valleywidenews.com, and also streaming live currently to Valleywide_news on Twitter. Please stay tuned. All we heard come out earlier was that there was a call of shots fired. When the address came out, we immediately noticed it was the Mesa Police Department. And as we made our way out here, we did see some other videos on social media of people with a large police presence. They were looking for somebody. Canines were deployed, helicopter in the air. And as we know it as of right now, and we're trying to get some more information from the Public Information Officer as to exactly what happened here. But as you can see, that's the entrance to the Mesa Police Department, the gates just beyond that. And it appears as though it was definitely something involving a Mesa police officer. We have heard rumors, and I want to stress that rumors at this point, that an officer was shot. Unfortunately, we can't confirm that, so we don't want to report that. People are saying that around here. However, what we do want to say, it could have been a police-involved shooting. We're trying to get exactly, once again, what happened. We're only speculating at this time because of the fact that it's police tape going around the SUV of the police vehicle on the entrance to the police department. We appreciate you joining us. It's a late hour. I'm sure many of you are asleep at this time, but if you're watching it on a repeat tomorrow morning, the call was shots fired here at the Mesa Police Department, and this is the scene as we see it. They are still wrapping police tape around the area. Once again, just to note, we haven't seen any other TV stations or anything. We appear to be the only ones out here, so we in fact have reached out to the Public Information Officer to try and see if we can get some clarification as to what's going on. All right, everybody, we apologize for the shaky video. We are currently just on a monopod, so it is a little shaky. For those of you just joining us, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, as well as at Valleywide News, as well as Valleywide_news on Twitter. We appreciate everybody joining us. All we heard earlier, about an hour ago or so, of a call of shots fired. The call came out. The address is, in fact, 130. The exact address is the Mesa Police Department. Forgive me, I don't have it right in front of me. We're right off 2nd Street. I apologize. Other media appears to be showing up. We're trying to decide if we want to get closer. I understand that I'm trying to stay a good distance away because they are still doing an investigation. But the call came in again as shots fired. We understand it was involving a Mesa police officer. We don't know the extent of exactly what happened. We do have an email, hang tight while I readjust, in to the PIO to try and find out exactly what happened. We do see some other media on site. Bear with me, everybody. We're going to try and make our way a little closer. Just want to shut off our vehicle here. Now that they have an actual outer perimeter of police tape, we are going to move as close as we can and also try and get some information as to what happened. Stand by.
Sir, you're gonna have to go on the opposite side of the police line.
Tahoe. Pull that Tahoe into the corner.
Probably an hour. All I know, all I know is something that's on live out there, and they just said 4 or 5 shots. Shot in this direction. Somebody said shotgun shot. I would thought it was they were trying to get a PIO to try and get some information, but is there a PIO on duty? I emailed the public information email, but
All of the media is meeting in front of the station.
right on the other side over there?
So the main parking lot, that's where all the media will meet.
Okay,
The PIO will be out there.
got it. Thank you. Sorry, one more question. Do they have an approximate time when that they might be there? Just whenever.
As they start showing up, sir,
That's when
I
that'll
couldn't
happen.
tell you, yeah.
Got it. All right. Thank you. All right, everybody, we're going to try and maneuver around to see if we can possibly get to where they said that a staging area for the media is going to be, which is at the front of the police department. And hopefully, unfortunately, there's no time as to when that might happen. They're saying as media arrives, that's when PIO will show up to address the media. So to those of you just joining us, we are going to make our way towards the front of the police department. We'll black out our camera while we're in the car, because I have no real way of keeping it open. We'll see. But we got a call earlier of shots fired. We heard the call, rather, shots fired. When we looked at the address, it was clear that it was the Mesa Police Department. That's all we know. Some people have speculated, and it's just speculation until we hear from the PIO, that a police officer or somebody within the Mesa Police Department was shot or was shot at somebody. That's all we know. We don't have any details. This has been an active scene for well over an hour. We do understand that they were looking for the suspect. Canines, from what neighbors have said around here, were out searching for the person, the suspect. And we're going to try and get some clarification. Hopefully there'll be a media briefing shortly, and we'll bring that to you live. So as you can see, that's the entrance to the Mesa Police Department. And that's the Mesa Police Department SUV that they've been investigating all around it, gathering evidence. So as soon as we hear that the media briefing is going on, we'll make our way over there. We're going to try and do it sooner. We did try and get a clarification as to when they'll be there. They said that once the media shows up, enough of the media shows up, that's when the PIO will come out and speak. Once again, some type of shooting at the entrance here, where the police vehicles go into to park their vehicles at the Mesa Police Department. Just to give everybody an idea where I'm at, we are live right now off of 2nd Avenue at the back entrance of the Mesa Police Department. So hang tight with us. We're going to try and make our way around and see if we can see exactly what's going on. We're going to continue to keep it live here and see if we can, if media is gathering. They said they were, the media staging areas at the front of the Mesa Police Department. So once again, bear with me here. The camera might get a little shaky as I get my keys out here. Just to give you an idea, the scene is extremely quiet right now. And as we said earlier, neighbors did say that they heard at least 5 gunshots taking place at that entrance to the Mesa Police Department. So, an officer was involved in some form or fashion. What that is at this time, we don't know. And we are trying to gather as much information as possible. We're going to try and make our way around to see if we can, if there's any other media over there, to try and get an update from police as to what happened here. Video is not going to be the greatest. We want to try and keep you here live, but we are going to make our way in the vehicle, in our vehicle, around to the other side of the building. We'll do our best to kind of keep things going best we can. Bear with me. tight, everybody. Sorry about that. Just blacked out the screen for a moment. Bear with me. Hang tight, everybody. We blacked out our camera so that we can get in the car a little easier. We're staying live. I'll keep the information going. Ultimately, what we understand, a little over an hour ago, could be longer than that. We are could be mixing up exactly the times, but approximately an hour, if not a little more. There was a call went out, shots fired. Upon looking at the address, it did show the address to be the Mesa Police Department here in Mesa, Arizona. Upon arrival and going live, we did see a SUV on an entrance to the entrance into the police department. Once again, we are trying to make our way to the media staging area to see if we can see or find out exactly what happened here. Apologize for the shaky camera work. This is the things that happen during a live one-man band type shoot. So bear with me. We're going to make our way around to the front of the police department where they said media staging area is, and we'll see if we can find out exactly what happened. Once again, people did report a number of shots fired. Hang tight. Number of shots fired. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm blacking it out again only because it's hard to drive with this camera and maneuver around safely. We will let you know that if we don't see any media out here, which, like I said, I saw one or two news stringers and Valleywide News here, which technically that's what we are as well, news stringers. We were the only ones from the media that I was able to see out here. So the likelihood of somebody from the Public Information's office to come out here right now is unlikely, being that it's just us here. All right, so here's how we're going to do this. Ultimately, what we're going to do is, I don't see any other media out here. What we are going to do, however, is go ahead and cut this live stream. As soon as we hear that a public information officer or somebody with some details as to what happened here is on site, we will come back live. So bear with me 1 second. We're going to end this live stream. Once again, just to give everybody a little detail, number of neighbors did report, as well as coming over the radio, of shots fired. Shots fired came from the address of the Mesa Police Department here in Mesa, Arizona. All we know at this point is that it was the entrance to the Mesa Police Department, and they've been investigating in and around the area. Several police are out front. They were canvassing the area looking for a suspect. And as we understand, we're trying to figure out if the officer was shot or hit, or his vehicle, his or her vehicle, and to find out exactly what started the confrontation or incident out front of the police department. Like I said, it was the entrance to the police department. The SUV is stopped out front. Once we do hear of any updates from the public information officer, we'll bring it to you live. We appreciate you joining us. We're Valley-wide news, breaking news and events all across the valley. Please share this out. We're on Facebook and YouTube, as well as Twitter. At Twitter, we're at Valley-wide_news. Thank you, everyone.